Hello. Hello, good evening. How is everybody? Just checking in. I've got Facebook and Twitch chat on like one side and then YouTube chat on the other. So welcome. Welcome Facebook. Welcome Twitch. Welcome YouTube. How are all of you? Can I get a sound check, please? I'm pretty sure all of you have seen every single Keychron Q2 review that you can get your hands on today. So there's been a lot. Sound check. Sound check. Sound is working. Yeah, I know it's working, but does it sound good? It's good. Cool. My mic is good. Okay. I have to press record. Press record here. Press record. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, I've pressed recorded. Well, I've pressed record. I'm doing good. I'm less tired this week than last week. Pretty sure I came down with the sickness of some sort last week. Not 100% sure what it was since I wasn't able to get a test. So yeah, tested negative yesterday and things are Gucci now. Finally. So I've been really tired, but we're good now. We're good. You missed my voice. Jake is doing good too. He came down with the same sickness that I came down with. So we're both doing good now. This is okay, cool. All right. I'm going to clap. Snap. I'm going to snap. Okay, I'm going to be taking a deep dive into the Keychron Q2, the newly released younger and smaller sibling of the Keychron Q1. It's also the most hyped up keyboard of 2022. And you know, 2022 has just started. It's only been 12 days, but still hype, right? Am I right? Are we hyped? Are we hyping up? I snapped. I've got to film intros, guys. That's sort of how it works. What's behind me? This is a light. Those are boxes. That is a cat tower, blinds, door, audio thing. You gotta film, you gotta like bring up the energy for the intros. You know what's up. You know what's up. Okay, anyways, we are disconnecting the Nova 65. Goodbye. We do not need you. Actually, if I want to Google something, I probably need this. So I'm gonna put this down. If any of you are interested in the equipment that I use, I have commands for that. So just exclamation mark commands, you'll find something. This is exclamation mark microphone or mic, I'm not sure. And that's exclamation mark mouse. So you know, it makes sense. The thing that you want to see, just exclamation mark that thing. Yeah. So Keychron sent me over a ton of stuff in a big box, and you know, being the person that I am, I've pretty much opened everything because I'm not good at waiting. I've got zero patience, especially when it comes to keyboard stuff. It's still really exciting. So I've got the, wow, this is upside down, cool. I've got the Keychron Q2, the knob version. I didn't get the knob Q1, but knobs are the best. They make you cool. They make you get, you know, the person that you want to like you. Knobs are OP. I think that's appropriate. Remind everyone to like the stream. Everyone like the stream. Does Keychron have software? They do not have software, or not their own software, but they use QMK or VIA. I'm going to see if VIA works for me. I wasn't able to get it to work on the other computer. But anyways, Keychron Q2, knob, sleek, compact, customizable mechanical keyboard. They literally say this on every single box, every single keyboard that they make. It doesn't change from keyboard to keyboard. I've got the Q2 M3, if you're asking what that is. you know, let me zoom in for you. This is the brown switch knob version, but they also sent me the other switches. They sent me the red switches and the blue switches as well. So I'll be putting those in, and if you want to hear the stock versions of all of them, let me know. Should I look at the box? Swarmzy, thank you so much for the super chat. What do I think of the Red Dragon K552? Go watch the most popular keyboard ever. That's everything I think of it. Why is it always upside down? 65% layout. I think that's pretty obvious. Everything's the same. Double gasket, screw and stab, CNC body. Okay, cool. I looked at the box. It's the same box, as always. What is the Q2, you ask? Well, it's a keyboard. We're too zoomed in now. Got a nice finger hole so that you can lift up the foam. You can tell I have touched this quick guide before, but there's a quick start guide. If you're a Windows user, there's extra keycaps. I don't think I found those keycaps yet. And then there's tutorials everywhere in case you want it, but you can find all that stuff on the internet. I might keep this in handy, just sitting there. And it does come like this. I put it back in the box very well. It comes a little bit shrink wrap, more shrink wrap than this. Much, much, much cleaner than what I have repeated. How does it sound? That is a very subjective question. How much money? We'll get to that. They are selling this right now. So this is available right now. You can go on the Keychron website. I have a link. If you do !today, that should be my affiliate link if you want to help the channel out. If not, you know, just Google Keychron Q2 and you'll find it. It's hot swap, so they make sure you know how to do it right, and we never use that. So this is something that I missed the first time that I opened up the Q1, is that there's tools down here. Originally, it comes like this. So the quick start guide sits here. It just sits there, and you're like, oh, there's no tools. There's no anything. Why they do this? That sucks. But there is every tool under the sun. A super cool screwdriver. I like the blue. An Allen wrench? I think it's an Allen wrench to open it up. A not so great switch puller and a nice keycap puller. So I'm actually going to be using the tools today. So I'm going to put that aside. They opted for a straight cable, thank goodness, because the coiled cable of the Q1 was a little bit sketchy. Let me show you. An Allen key, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Straight cable of the Q2, USB-C to USB-C with the converter if you don't have USB-C ports. But the Q1 came with this coiled cable that doesn't even sit straight on your cable and has, I don't know, 4 to 5 inches from your USB port to the coil. So they just made a good decision with this one. Good decision. Got extra stuff. No one really cares about extra stuff. And Windows keycaps, because we all use Windows. Unless you don't, then well, you don't. Close this box that it came in. Is this a sponsored stream? No. Keychron doesn't pay anybody. They pay nobody. I would know because I have asked them for money. They don't pay anybody. Max and Keyboards, thank you so much for the super chat. What are your thoughts on banana splits? I have not used them yet, but I have bought them. I bought a lot of things, so be on the lookout for a big switch thing. How does it sound? Sound test. We need that. This is completely stock. I have done 0 things to this keyboard. I've been using it, well, since they sent it to me. So 2 weeks. I've been using it for 2 weeks now. And it looks beautiful. I've actually been using the knob because I play games where you can't like go out of the full screen mode very easily. So the knob's actually useful. Surprise. What type of dog? This is a keyboard. I'll plug it in. I'll give you a nice sound test. I never do nice sound tests. So maybe I'll actually give you a window capture of like monkey type or something. Except I don't know how. Yes, I do. I do know how. Sometimes we need to do nice things for people. And this is how you do it. Yes, no. This is not how you do it. No. Monkey type. There you go. This need to be bigger. Excuse the technical difficulties. I'm still a noob. If I move this over here, no, that doesn't work. Okay. Knob alignment triggers your OCD. It does for me too. I don't like that. Do we want a punctuation typing test with numbers, or do we want only alphabet and spacebar? I like everything. We'll do everything. Really long. It's a lot of stuff. Why is there so much stuff? That was a really long typing test. Okay, close. That was such a long typing test. I don't use my pinkies. No, I don't, because I type ultra slow with my pinkies. Velfire, thank you so much for the super chat. Is Q2 fit with new stabs like Owl Lab or Stabies? They have their own stabilizers. It has no name, but I will be doing a live teardown so we can check out everything. Is there even music going on right now? Yes. Exclamation mark microphone for the microphone. How did the stabilizer sound? I forgot to tell you that. It's pretty good. There is one key that sort of annoys me, but that doesn't bother me since I never ever press this key in the first place, and that is the left shift. I think there's something off with it. It's like slightly rattly. The spacebar is really nice. It has very minimal rattle. The camera is shaking because it's mounted on the table. So I shouldn't have done that. Anytime I move or type really fast or do anything, basically, the camera shakes because the table moves. These are brown switches. Let me use their jank tools. It's a stabilizer rattling too. Not as bad as the left shift. Left shift is the worst one. So these are Gateron G Pro Browns. That makes them pre-lubed to, I would say they're pretty good pre-lubed. Like, I was gonna say perfectly pre-lubed, but then I was like, oh, I'm gonna get so much flack for saying that. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say it's pretty well done. So no spring ping. They're very consistent. Unlike other pre-lube switches that I've used before, these are pretty good. Between the reds, the blues, and the browns, they're consistent throughout. Unlike some other things that I shall not name today, but those other switches have a ton of like crunching, if that's the right word. Like it has an inconsistent crunchy feel, and it sucks. Oh wow, I bent the pin. Cool. Okay. Oh, that's wrong. You haven't even seen like the side of it or anything. You've only seen the top. The top looks really good. There's a knob. The knob is not perfectly aligned with the top of the keycaps. Nor it's not in a great place. If you were to replace this knob with a normal keycap, it would just look wonk. Real wonk. Just jank. So not good. And the back looks exactly like the Q1. Oops. Q1 is here. Q2 is here. It's just smaller. There's still 8 screws that you need to use your Allen key to unscrew. And the side, I like the side. Usually keyboards look really bland from the side, but this is nice. What does a knob do? You can program the knob via. Ha, that's funny. You can program the knob with via, so you can do whatever you want with it. Out of the box, it's set to volume up, volume down, and then mute when you click on it. Justin, thank you so much for the super chat. Have you tried SA caps? Mine rubbed the edges on the Q1. I have not tried SA caps. I actually do not enjoy the Q1 very much. I don't like it. But the Q2 I've been using for a long time. Two weeks. If you call that a long time, I don't know. Basically, if I use a keyboard the entire time that I've had it, I feel like that's a pretty long time. So side profile looks nice. Looks exactly the same as the Q1. Q1, Q2. Very much the same. Sleek edges here. It's so much better than just a block. Blocks are the worst. And a nice upgrade from the Q1 to the Q2 is that instead of getting double shot ABS keycaps right here, which are ultra smooth and feel sort of sticky, you get double shot PBT. Wait, let me make sure before I make a mistake. Yeah, so they are double shot PBT keycaps, except the profile is OSA, and Keychron calls that OEM spherical keycaps. It's just a different profile. Initially, I hated it. Initially, I was like, I can't wait to change these to cherry. Ooh, it's just so circular on the top. It's spherical. It's exactly what they said it would be, but it's spherical, and I don't super duper love it. As for price, we're looking at, let me go on the internet, because the internet has all the answers. Gotta plug it in. Keychron Q2. Price is always an important factor. You can go to screen capture, but move that over there. Okay, the Keychron Q2, if you just go to keyboard here and go to this hot item, ooh yeah, spicy. Fully assembled with, for this version, this is the knob in black with G Pro browns. So if you're looking for the knob version, you better like order right now, because this one only has a G Pro brand left in stock, and that is $180. They're saying it's like on sale or whatever, but maybe that's after this initial sale. But I don't see it ever going to this price. I don't know. That's just not something that I've seen. $180 for bare bones with the knob, and without switches or keycaps, it's $160. So that's the cheapest that you can get it for. Unless you don't want the knob, then you can get it for $150. But I mean, look at that. It's not a good location for a switch and a keycap. I find that highly disturbing. And I'm not super particular about things, but that's highly disturbing right there. So definitely, go for the knob. Go for the knob version. What colors would I like to see? I'd like to see a white, because they only have dark colors. They only have navy blue, space gray, and carbon black. So these are really dark. I don't like dark boards. I mean, they're classy. These are super classy colors. They'll match with anything, but they're sort of boring. But it's nice. It comes with ISO too, if you need that. But those are the prices. It ranges from $150 to $180. Yeah. And that was the price. That was the price. Back to the keyboard. It's important. Does the knob have lighting? No. The knob is just a knob. It's bland. At the top, you do have your Windows Max switch, just like on the Q1, and your USB-C port. Yeah. All right. Is there anything you would like to know about the outside of the keyboard before I initiate taking it apart? Do you want to do like a red switch, brown switch, blue switch side by side? Can the knob spin freely? Yes, there is no stop or start point. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. Sergio, thank you so much for the super chat. Thoughts on Epilmaker Ajaz K690T? I'm not 100% sure, but I think I have an old video on that, like a very old video. Here, you need a knob sound test. Here we go. Knob sound test. Try out different switches. It is very flexible. Let me see. You can't see it from like when it's on the floor, but you can see it if it's like this. No, it's like ultra flexible. You can see the whole thing just moves. Very flexible. Okay, let's put a red and a blue switch in. I did use the G Pro Reds for the Q1. And I haven't even opened this. Haven't even opened the G Pro Blues because blues are not usually popular. What's it feel like? How's it feel like to type on? I can't just explain it in like subjective terms, but comparing it to like the GMMK Pro or the Q1 or I don't know, like even the Ducky 1.3 Mini, like it has a very comfortable typing feel. You don't feel like the tips of your fingers are about to break. I mean, it's not that intense, but it is better than the GMMK Pro. Compared to the KBD67 Lite, I like that other board better. But that's my personal preference. Like I just like the sound profile of the KBD67 Lite better. It gives you more of a... It just sounds so much more full. This one may have much more flex than the KBD67 Lite, but it's so much like more clacky of a sound. Lincoln Rock, thank you so much for the super chat. Do one video, disassemble it, then paint the case. I don't plan on painting the case. I don't paint aluminum. I feel like that's a waste of aluminum, especially the price of aluminum nowadays is insane. Can you screenshot with this? You can program these keys, or you can like program the press of the knob for a screenshot, or you can put it on another layer. So you can do anything. You can do whatever you want. This switch puller is poo-poo. Sorry. Never... I don't know why they don't just make a better one. They've had so many opportunities to. Is it hot swap? Yes. Clearly, I am pulling out these switches. Gateron Browns, not MX Browns. Okay. Okay. Gateron Pro. G Pro blue, red, and brown. Remember where they are because I won't. J, G, and H. Max, I would choose KBD67 Lite, but that's up to you. Blue. The red definitely sounds the best. It's not gawky though. It's like an in-between sound, which I don't hate. I don't hate it. It just is not what I want. Is it worth the money? Yes. Yes, it is worth the money. If you take a KBD67 Lite and you buy like the silicone accessories, and then you buy keycaps, and then you buy switches, and then you buy everything for it, you're basically spending a lot more than this. So even if this is what this specific version is 180, like that sounds like a lot. And it is. But it also allows you to do a lot more. Like you get everything in one package instead of going to this website for this, going to this website for that, going over there for this. So like it makes sense in that way. But if you're gonna say like, oh, is $180 a lot? Yes, it is a lot. Is it as pingy as a Q1? It's not. Or maybe it is. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. Here are both keyboards. I'll hit them both. It's like a very different sound. So the middle of the Q1 has a bunch of ping. The middle of the Q2 has no ping. This isn't a stock Q1, but it doesn't have the force break mod applied to it. So it's basically like a stock Q1. Yeah, out of the box, no ping. Nice. Nice. Anything else before I take it apart? And then it will be a long time before you can hear it again. See, I can close this one now. Water break. How's the typing feelings? Side piece, gentlemen. Thank you so much for the super chat. Kind of want to get this. How do you think this would sound with the NK new silk switches? Is that like the NK silk red, yellow, black? Because I actually plan on putting some silk switches in there today. So you're in luck because that's what I'm going to do to it. That's exactly what I wanted to put in it. But I don't have though. I have the NK Silk Olivia's because I wanted a little something special. Some special colors, if you know what I'm saying. How many inches? Oh gosh. I can't tell you 100%, but I can tell you that it's the same height as most other custom keyboards that I have used. Betty forgot to put the Twitch chat. It's not that I forgot. It's more like it just takes away from after the fact when we edit it down. Have you got the Wu-Tang board for testing? I do have it, but I don't like using it. It sounds great. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. It's full size. That's why I don't like it. GMMK Pro versus ID80 versus Keychron Q1, Q2. I can say GMMK Pro is not worth it. Coming from this is so bad because I've been so invested in my GMMK Pro that I've been using it the entire time on my desk since that Micro Center video, messing away week after week after week trying to make it better, and I just cannot make the spacebar sound good. So like the GMMK Pro's been on the side. Been on the side, like over here, and then my Q2's been the one actually in use. Okay, I'm gonna take it apart. Betty, love your YouTube stuff. Thank you. Wait. I forgot one thing. This. You probably want to hear what the knob sounds like when it's pushed. Okay, now I can take it apart. Now I can. That's good because I really wasn't a huge fan of these keycaps. They're great and all. It's nice that they're PBT and double shot. But I'm really not a fan. And I'm also linear gang secretly, so these browns weren't working it. Although to be fair, Gateron G Pro browns are much more tactile than I expected them to be. You have my Duckemia Pro? Like you picked it up at Goodwill? Because it was there. What would sound best with banana splits? I don't know what banana splits sound like. Well, this is just the amazingly slow process of taking off keycaps. I sold it to your bro. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. It's a nice keyboard. It's a good keyboard. What do you think of the OSA keycaps, despite OSA keycaps already existing? I don't like them. But I'm a sort of old. You know, I'm rigid. Listen, the older you get, the more rigid you sort of are. Like, you know what you like and you know what you don't like because it's not what you like. So I don't like it because I prefer cherry. Are you gonna put in other switches? I will. What's the price? Should I just like sticker up the price somewhere on the screen? I feel like you can Google it. I guess it does say ask me anything, but you can Google it. I hope I don't ruin the spacebar. Have you tried the Owl Lab stabs? No. The stock keycaps aren't warped. They're just a different profile. They're just different. So Keychron did send this over to me along with a bunch of other things that I guess I should speak about, but I'll do it after I take off these keycaps. Oh, one thing, the knob comes out so easily compared to the GMMK Pro, where the knob was like, no, I'm just not going to come out. This one, you just yank it. Well, you don't even have to yank it here. This, it barely takes any effort to take it out. You just go whoop, and there it goes. Are they cheap or thin? Are they okay? The keycaps are quite thick. They aren't thin. They're probably mass produced, so they don't cost too much to make. But they're definitely not thin. And as for price, I don't know. Keychron does sell keycaps. They sent me some other keycaps, but they're difficult to use, and I'll show you why in a bit. They're very difficult to use. They are quite thick. Yes, they are. And as always, things go into plastic bags here at Switch and Click. Oh, that did not go in the bag. The difference between NK Silk Olivia's is that the NK Silk series is pre-lubed. Because pre-lubed is OP. Double shot. Double shot means... Here, let me get a dye sub, and then I'll show you the difference. Looking at Twitch or YouTube, I'll show you what I look at if you're interested. This is what I look at. It's a mashed together Twitch, YouTube. There's even like Facebook in here somewhere. It's just all mashed together and moves really quickly. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I didn't realize this, but there has been no music playing. That makes me sad. Let me mess with my sound settings real quick. There we go. Let me get out a dye sub. I'll have to talk about these soon. Yeah. Okay. On the left. Zoom in. We need to zoom in for this. On the left corner, we have a double shot PBT keycap. On the right corner, we have a dye sub PBT keycap. You can sort of tell the difference already, but this left one uses 2 layers of plastic instead of 1 layer. And the one on the right has 1 singular layer of plastic with color and stuff on top. So with dye sub stuff, you basically like smush ink into the plastic, and this one's all green, so they smush the ink into the entirety of the plastic, like each side. And then this, the tab here, is a new layer of plastic instead of being smushed ink, if that makes sense. Please tell me that made sense. That's sort of, yeah, I hope that made sense. Sort of sounded dumb when I said it, but yeah. Original OSA keycaps, goodbye. Just move that aside. Before I continue, I actually need to show you everything else that Keychron sent over, including these disgustingly festive keycaps. Disgustingly festive. Why, you ask? Because look at that space bar. What is this? The worst part is they sent me these after Christmas had already ended. So what was I to do other than put these keycaps on? And I did. I used them. I used them for about a week. And then I said, I just can't look at these anymore. I can't. It's just so gross. So that is tray 1. Tray 1. Tray 2. They are festive. Look at that. Snowman enter. Different baubles and stuff. They're beautiful. They're wonderfully not cool. Do I like Thok over the over appearance? I'm not a Thok person. Okay, that was keycap set number 1. Called JM74. Very Christmassy. Very Christmassy. The next one was called JM75. Equally as festive. Except in a different way. OEM PBT set number 2. I also put this on a keyboard as soon as I got them. Because, you know, I thought they looked pretty clean, pretty nice. But again, disgustingly festive. They're like New Year's. It looks better, but not better that I can use them all year long, kind of better. AB, thank you so much for the super chat. Just finished building my first keyboard and you were my intro, guide, and troubleshooter along the way. Thank you very much. You are welcome. Black and gold is nice. They're better. They still have... I mean, what is that? Are those party hats? Are those party hats? And... stars? Santa's belt? Whoa. It's passable to use all year? I don't know. I don't know about that. So that's been there. That's gonna sit somewhere until next year. It's clean. It's clean. Looks a lot better than the Christmas tree, but not cool. Okay, the next thing we're almost done here is the resin. I almost dropped it. Is the resin resin poured. Very nice. I was actually worried that they would be too tall, since I got one of these things before and it was way too high. But this one fits fairly nicely. Perfectly sized. Doesn't rest too high when you're playing. You can be like, oh yeah, I'm playing a game, having a good time, you know. So, putting that aside. So if you're interested in any of those accessories, they have them on their website. Wow, I forgot to take this one off. And now we continue. You like it? You like the wrist rests? Very cool. I'm on and off with wrist rests. The fingerprints on the wrist rest or on the keyboard? I'm taking it off now. Screws. 8 of them. Ugh, cute water bottle, thank you. Oh, thank goodness I'm continuing to take it apart now. Yogi, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm not being sponsored. They just have accessories and stuff. Oh, if you want them, you want them. They're not they're not amazing. They're not amazing. When's the next competition between me and Jake? This is a Keychron Q2 chat only. I don't know actually. We haven't planned it out yet. Exclamation mark mouse for the mouse thing. Typing video where every time you hit space you have to take a sip of water from the bottle. That doesn't make sense. How's the build quality compared to the Q1, do you think? I would have to take it apart first. Yeah, have to take it apart first. Not gonna try to sell a WoW stick like every... I have one. Do you know how annoying it would be for me to be like, oh, let me take out this bit. Oh no, where are my spare bits? I have to find that one that looks just like this. Oh, here it is. Let me put it in. Why do that when Keychron already comes with the accessories that I need to use? If it's the usual Phillips screw, I'll use the WoW stick. It's more about convenience. Besides, I don't have a WoW stick affiliate link. Can I buy the WoW stick for 100? Just go to Amazon. It costs less than 100. Opinion on Glorious Links. Okay, I actually loved them And here's the keyword, loved. I loved them. I was gonna use it for this build. But, they've like started key chattering on me real crazy. Key chatter, that was one thing I wanted to mention. The Keychron Q2 key chatters like crazy. I'm like typing passwords and stuff, and it's like double typing sometimes, but you know how everything's hidden so you don't even know what you're typing, and it's so annoying. So that's been one issue, but I think, or I'm hoping that it's the switches and not the keyboard that's doing that. But it could be the PCB. It's really off-putting. It's annoying is what it is. And let me take apart this data board ribbon cable. How many Keychron Q2 keycaps could the average person fit in their mouth? No one wants to know. Does it chatter with all the switches? No, it's very certain, very specific ones. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen it be done with comma, spacebar, 8, S, and I think that's all the ones I can remember so far. So top plate. It does come with these already pre-installed force break thingies. So keyboard, good job. If they didn't like credit him for that or something, I mean, I'd be pissed, because clearly he came up with a solution for this and they just copied it and made it into silicone instead of like blue tape. Spacebar, yeah. It's got these standoffs here. Knob placement is up there, so yeah. There's a little daughter board. Not much to say about the top plate. Oh, this thing tends to move. Plastic piece here. Nothing's pressing against it. Is it heavy? Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Next, you just pull it out. Here's a PCB and plate combination. The bottom case doesn't have any of those force break thingies, but it's so thick that the bottom plate doesn't really need anything. You have your super ultra thin packing foam layer here used as foam, and then you also have, see if I can pull this out. You have a very thin piece here of a thin plastic. I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but it feels like, you know, the old school film. It feels like that. So that's the bottom. I'm gonna say it's too much of a pain to take this out, so I'm just gonna keep it in. It doesn't seem to interfere with the flex or anything because there's plenty of flex. Move that out of the way too. Move everything. Is a 5-pin hot swap board compatible with 3-pin? Yes. Yeah, that's the worst foam I've ever seen. I think they do that just so they can say we have case foam. But it was really sad. A knob is used for volume, scrolling, zooming in, zooming out. It's based on whatever you want. It is programmable, so you can do what you want to do. So these are Keychron's new stabilizers, and as you can see, I thought this was really cool, is that you can get to these smaller stabilizers on backspace, enter, and left shift without taking like the whole plate apart from the PCB. You can't do that with the spacebar though, and I think that's really unfortunate. I don't know why they did that. Like, why let you take out all the stabilizers except the spacebar? That makes no sense. Yeah, they're real cute. There's like a light teal, dark teal combination. It's cute. And just so I can prove it to you, I'll do it right now. Super smart. It's a problem I had with other keyboards. It's like, oh, the stabilizers suck, but I'm too lazy to take apart the whole keyboard just so I can replace the stabilizers. Look at that, I'm using their tools. So nice. What switches is this? This is G Pro Brown. Look at that. Wait, I have to take out the switch first. And now all you do is like lift it up, and then you can pull the bar, or no, you can't. That's so sad. You can't do it. I'm so disappointed in them. I'm so disappointed in them now. Just why would you not have that as a feature? That pisses me off. So it's so close. It's so close to being able to do that, but you can't. Because there's little... I'll have to show you when I take it apart. That's disappointing. I'm disappointed. Extremely. Nothing to say here, folks. Nothing to say here other than sadness. Alright, where's my thingy? I have a thingy that holds screws in case I lose it, but I guess that's not important. Let's take out the switches. Do you think clicky switches are a phase? I don't know if anybody likes secret. I dropped one. You can't take out the stabilizer without taking apart all the switches and then separating the plate from the PCB. I'm disappointed. Disappointed. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, hey, Keychron, that's so cool. You're like the first one to think about that. But they didn't. They didn't think about that. You could take it off. Let me take apart these switches. And then I like the Keychron stabilizers. I do have other stabilizers I could change it to, but I feel like that wouldn't make it much better. So I have my Durock V2s here. Is there a hot swap version? They're all hot swap. I don't think they have any that aren't hot swap. And they have... They're all hot swap. And they have south-facing... Well, I guess they said this on the box. But they have 5-pin south-facing hot swap sockets. Yeah. Cool. Seems like this is a pretty common feature set nowadays. It's like if you don't have all these features, you're not gonna get big sales. What size is a spacebar? 6.25U. The build quality is good. The thing is solid. It's like 100% very solid. The plate is made out of steel instead of aluminum. So you've got something pretty sturdy, super stiff. Is this good as a beginner board? Yes. But so is the KBD67 Lite. But if you don't have like all the parts that you want, or you don't know what parts you're going to buy, then this is a pretty good option. You get the full package. The drop boards are all 3-pin. That's why I don't look at drop boards anymore. So. Which out of all keyboards would you recommend? I like the KBD67 Lite a lot. What's the Q0? Is that the numpad? You think 250 is a decent beginner price, or should I go higher? I think 200's good. I think 200's good. I mean, you can go higher if you want, if you have the money. You can put 3-pin switches in a 5-pin PCB. Q2 or Tofu? Q2. Definitely Q2. Hey, this is really fast. I feel like usually I'm super slow at this, but this is quick. The plate isn't as tight as I thought it would be. Pulling out that first one, I was like, oh, this is going to be a pain, isn't it? But it's not. 1 to 10, what's thockness rating? 3? It's not high on the thock scale. Not high. Q2 or NK65? Q2. Why'd they change from Phantoms to G Pros? I think the G Pros are lubed better. Plus the Phantoms have the entire housing be one color. Like if this would be all brown, and if you have RGB, then it would like show up in a nice brown tint. But now, since you have a clear housing, your RGB is just going to be more accurate. What do you describe the sound of the board? It's very clacky. Pretty clacky. Make the spacebar different. So full aluminum case, but the plate is steel. Okay, now that I've taken apart these switches, there are places where you can unscrew so that you can take apart the plate. What do you think of this keyboard? I've only been using it. Is that all I needed? Yeah. I've only been using it 2 weeks. So that's not a super duper long time to test something. I do have a few issues with it so far. And that really bothers me. It really bothers me. Like, key chatter is probably the #1 reason why I stopped using a keyboard. Will Keychron sell additional plates? They probably will. Not typing in your passwords correctly on the first try is so annoying. Like, I know I typed it right. One of the worst things about the GMMK Pro is how annoying it is to take apart. Yes, and the RGB diffusers. Oh, those things are the worst. And how many screws they put in it. Like 16 or something. Crazy. So stupid. But this isn't bad. How many screws do we have? We've got 2. Well, these don't count because those are stabilizer screws. There's 8 here, and there's 1, 2, there's 6 there. And then everything comes taken apart pretty easily. So on the steel plate, got gaskets on the top and the bottom of the top left, the top right, and the bottom left and bottom right. None in the middle. And you can see from all the pre-lube switches here, the dirty remaining lube is everywhere. So it's very stiff, super rigid. I feel like I gotta clean it up or something. It looks so gross. Ugh. Lube gunk everywhere. The dirty. So plate foam, not super compressible or anything. It's like pretty thick, pretty dense, lightweight though, so that's nice. And then stabilizers already come pre-lubed. If you want, you could redo your stabilizers, but that does involve this entire process of taking it apart. For me, it was pretty decent out of the box to the point where I was like, you know what? It's not worth relubing. It's not worth like taking it. This whole process takes so long. But while I'm here and have it taken apart, I'm gonna put back the screws on the stabilizers before I forget. And that would suck. Put that back in. Oh no, it fell. We can look at it more. Yeah, completely flat bottom. No need for clipping. All you have to do is lube it if you want. And that's it. Very cute. I really like the way it looks. It looks good. And another thing I like is that they don't over lube like some other companies that I've seen, where they significantly over lube their keyboards. This is wrong. And then every time you take it out, you got big globs everywhere. Everywhere. What keycaps were the Christmas ones called? Let me get you the box. They were called the JM74. And I think you can just go on their website. You can go on their website and look at their PBT DISA keycaps and their OEM profile. Let me just put these stabilizers back in. Is it good sounding? That's like a super subjective question. It's not really answerable. Where's the other screw? Oh. Q1 or KBD67 Lite? Ooh, that's such a tough question. I feel like that's such a tough question. I would go for the KBD67 Lite. Personally. How's the shorts video? I don't know. I've scheduled it in the future. I don't look at the analytics of that other channel. So here is why I couldn't take out the stabilizer with the plate on it. See these prongs here? They bend down and they stick out. So you can't take out the wire for some odd reason. Why would you do that? So annoying. Danny Sawyer, thank you so much for the super chat. So far, what is it that you really don't like about the board? Also, greetings from Colombia. Keep it up. Love in the stream. Thank you. The reason I really don't like it is that I've only been using it 2 weeks. The first week, it was perfect. It was perfect. Nothing wrong with it. Everything was great. Second week, started key chattering like crazy. To the point where I'm just typing normal things like normal email. I have to go back and read and correct stuff. Or like passwords. I get it wrong like 3 times in a row. And I'm like, I know I'm typing it right. I know I am. And it's key chatters. It's like, come on. It's been 2 weeks. I really hope that it's just the switches and that the keyboard is good to go. So key chatter. Oh, what key chatter? What's that? Key chatter is when you type one thing, or if you type really fast, you're like typing a bunch of things. Like let's say you type E, and then you type 2 other letters, and then the E will pop up again. But if you're not typing super fast, and it's just the one thing that you press will come up twice. So it's really annoying because I'll type like comma, but then it does 2 commas. Then I have to go and press backspace, and maybe this is not a normal person problem, but I feel like if you're typing fast, it's really, really annoying to have to backtrack and press backspace 5 times and then go forward and then press backspace again and then go forward when in your mind you know you typed it right. So that's the problem. The daily driver's been the Q2. It's been the Q2. What switches were in there? The G Pro Browns that came stock with the keyboard. What was I gonna... Oh, I was gonna put it back together because we just wanted to see it all taken apart. Hot swap sockets. Quick easy access reset button here on the PCB. Question is, should I keep the plate foam or take out the plate foam? I'm gonna do a poll. Except I can't type. Need another keyboard. Poll. Foam? Question mark. Yes. No. Ask your community. Cool. 2 commas instead of 1. That's just rude. Exactly. You get me. It's rude. Very rude. Very rude. Yeah, I'll check up on that in like 5 minutes. Do sound tests with and without the plate foam. Oh, that's like taking it apart twice. What's the actuation point? I think it's just normal Gateron actuation point, probably 2 millimeters. What are factors that constitute good plate foam? I have no idea. These are questions that just are not in my realm of expertise. I feel like a material scientist would know this answer really well, and they would probably compare like between Poron and silicone and whatever this is, EVA foam. They would compare all of those, but I'm not that person. But you know who is? I think Bad Seed. I think Bad Seed has some of the best reviews out there on the internet. So if you want the finest review in like 10 minutes, like he's the go-to. I don't build commissions, you're right. It's not my thing. Is it hot swappable? Yes. You hate flex. This keyword is not for you. It's really flexy. Okay. Let's obviously put foam in. Let me do that. Put foam in. That's not how you put the foam in. How do you put the foam in? Like this. And then like this. Very easy to take apart. Easy to put back together. You don't like flex. Usually with flex, you have the PCB and the plate like bouncing, flexing. But with this, since it's a steel plate, it's not flexing. It's just moving up and down. It's not flexing. It's like bouncing. Cashton, thank you so much for the super chat. Like, oh man, I can't like explain this without the key. So I have another keyboard that has a bunch of flex. So on a really flexy board, your PCB is basically like bending, and then you're on this keyboard is doing this. The whole thing is just horizontally moving. Bassy says it doesn't make a difference. Then it doesn't make a difference. It's really annoying to take it out of. The foam came with the board, so you don't need to buy your own foam anything. It's perfect the way it is. Super easy to put back together too. Hovering. It's not really hovering because it's standing on top of something. I think it's translating. I don't know. It's moving up and down. It's not flexing. How's the wobble for the encoder? This is not right. It's not right. Did something wrong. Glorious lynxes or pandas? I used to say lynxes, but I think it's pandas. I don't know. Their QC is weird. Like, I would get a really good batch of lynxes, and then I would get a really bad batch of lynxes. And then it's like, why? What's the top foam for? You mean the plate foam or the... Because there is no top foam. Do you prefer the Q1 over this? No. This is a big improvement. Flex can kind of be explained. Maybe. I feel like we're debating different things. Do you think there's a better alternative to the Q2 in terms of price? If you can shop at weird stores like Taobao, I'm sure you can always find a better alternative. But the QC would be very iffy and the customer support would be non-existent. Sam Gamer Plays, thank you so much for the super chat. It's me again from the $500 keyboard challenge. What would be the best 75% hot swap keyboard except the GMMK Pro? I haven't used that many, but I've heard good things about Idobao. I have not used them. I need to contact them. Okay, I'm done with this. New switches. NK Silk Olivia's. How hard is it to mod this keyboard? It's super easy. It's just a pain having to take it apart. Like if you want To change the stabilizers, you gotta take it apart, and then if you want to change the foam, just a lot of work. Is mode 65 worth it? I haven't bought anything mode related. Oh, they're so pretty. They're so pretty, but you know what I wish I actually had is Olivia keycaps. They're pretty nice. They're pre-lubed. Although they are. There's a bit of spring ping. Weird. Discord, exclamation mark, Discord. And has anyone primed to me? I don't have Twitch affiliates. Before I put in the switches, I think I need to put it together. I figured out the secret last time. You gotta put in... It's like you have to do it upside down. So you do this like that. And then you flip over the bottom. Tempest mod. No, thank you. I think there's a lot of other people who have done Tempest mod online, so I don't think you're missing out on much when I don't do Tempest mod. Matthew, thank you so much for the super chat. Debating the Newfie Air 75. Any thoughts? I don't know much about that keyboard, but I know that their keyboards are really thin. I think they're sending me a Newfie 60 to take a look at. But I haven't used the Newfie 75. Love your videos. You've watched it at least 3 times. Oh gosh. That's a lot of switch and click videos. Does it require a wrist rest? Most likely it will. Most likely. I'm on and off about wrist rests, but for most people, yeah, I think you can be very safe in getting one. Very safe. Q2 comes with 3 stock switches, and those are the G Pro Red, Blue, and Brown. Aren't they bad for your wrist? Not necessarily, depending on the angle of your wrist rest. Oop, I'm just screwing in screws. So overall, this is a really fast process. If you want to open it up, put it back together, I would say it's pretty foolproof. Not hard, and you don't have to keep track of a kabillion screws. Just 16 maybe? Not a bunch. This desk mat is it came with my keycap set that I'll be using with my Q2. But they are the Modern Dolce 2 keycaps. Hello. Hello. I just got a Q1. Should I have waited? What are the big differences between the Q1 and the Q2? The biggest difference probably is that they did the force brake mod stock instead of you having to do it yourself. You get a straight cable instead of a coiled cable. And yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and these things, the Keychron stabilizers. I wouldn't say it's the biggest difference, but it's definitely a difference. Put these switches in. There's so much flex that putting in switches can be annoying. What lube do you recommend for Linear's 205G0s? These switches are NK Silk Olivia's. They look quite fine. Very beautiful. I have no idea what they sound like, but I like the NK Silk series, so this is probably gonna be pretty good. And if not, that'll be sad. Where do you get your switches? At various locations. I have bought from many, many vendors almost everywhere at this point. I better resell my Q1? What? I use it for reference? Yes. How long does switches last? Probably 50 million. Most switches last 50 million keystrokes. And Vic, thank you so much for the super chat. What are your favorite linears and tactile switches? Linears? Linears. G Pro yellows and tactiles. Boba U4Ts. Where do you buy Holy Pandas? Drop. Drop has them. These switches, are they even going in properly? No. That means I did something wrong. No, I didn't. There's something off here. Our red cherry MX is obsolete. Not necessarily. They're just so boring. They're just boring. This one's much less pingy, and that's because they sort of fixed it. Sometimes I hate flex. How many layers of tape mod? Just one. Just one. Is it good for gaming? I can't guarantee the polling rate on it, but it's probably pretty decent for gaming. Most keyboards are, but if you're really competitively gaming, then it's probably not the best. You can go for like Razer or Corsair. They have those hyper polling rate keyboards instead. Oh, drink water. It looks cool. I don't like the way these stabilizers don't match, but maybe that's a feature and not a flaw. It's a feature. It's a feature. Okay? Feature. Everything's a feature. Some of these switches are bent. If polling rate on keyboard doesn't matter, then you can use any keyboard. Any keyboard works for gaming. How do you not hurt your fingers? Some plates are really tight. This one isn't so much. And these switches don't... They fit. They aren't fat. Some switches are really annoying to put in because they're sort of fat. And then some plates are really tight. And this one's neither of those things. Wow, I really hope I have enough switches. Is it easy to break? No. Very difficult to break keyboards, I think. Very difficult. This steel plate is not flexible. But if you get their other plates, which I'm sure they'll be launching eventually. It's just they haven't launched them yet. They'll probably have the same plates as a Q1, which include brass, PC, and FR4. I don't remember if they had a carbon fiber one, maybe. This is not sponsored. If it is sponsored, then I have to like legally disclose it somewhere. So not sponsored. Although it'd be nice if it was. Make some moolah. Get the bills paid. Know what I'm thinking? Know what I'm saying? If I tried box ink blacks, I will literally try every popular switch in the next coming month. So be on the lookout because we're gonna have a massive video. So massive that you'll be so sick of asking me, have you tried blah? Have you tried this switch? Have you? Yes, I've tried them all. Haha. Yeah. Cool. Good times. Thank you so much. You're very cool. Thank you. Sometimes I'm really lame. What switches are these? NK Silks. Wow, look at that one. Look how bent it is. It's not even existing. so bent. There we go. What switch give you a bubble wrap sound? I think that's more the keyboard configuration. I barely have enough. Barely have enough switches to fill up this keyboard. Your nails hurt. I'm not really using my nails for anything. Oh, you mean pulling up the pins. This is okay. I've had much worse. I've had much worse. The PCB is south-facing 5-pin. Flex. This board comes in bare bones knob, fully assembled and fully assembled knobs, and then I believe bare bones ISO and bare bones ISO knob. So a ton of different features that you can look for. These are pre-lubed. Ooh, I even have extras. 4 extra switches. So if 4 of these switches don't work, then I'm screwed. Oh no, I have 6 extra switches. So now the margin of error can be so much better. Let me make sure it works before I put keycaps on, or I'll feel like an idiot. Via key tester. Here you go. There we go. 1. I've got a dead one. Oh, no, it's just not. Whatever. Moving on. Another dead one. Next. Oh. Alright, everything works now. Everything is all good. That's weird. Let me change this to number 2. Okay, I am back. That was weird. So everything works. I've got 2 bent ones. I'll fix them another day. Keychron Q2 does not have a resonating sound. No, it's much better than that. And the keycaps. The keycaps match my desk in a very beautiful manner. Oh wait, the knob. The knob does feel less quality than the GMMK Pro. It's like super lightweight, very thin, but it's nicely tactile on the side. Put that knob in there. Certified knob moment. Keycaps, yes, I know what you're saying. Oh my gosh, GMK keycaps, why are they in a bag? Because space is a big problem around here. So this is GMK Modern Dolch 2. It matches this desk mat. Sort of my only GMK keycap set right now. Oh, I don't want that. I want better stuff. Better, yeah, the red. Does that just not sound right? That just not sound right? Maybe if I press it in more. Okay, that's better. Whew, whew. That was bad for a second. I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a disaster. Make sure you fully press in your Switch all the way before you start thinking your keyboard build is a failure. What's the Q stand for? Beats me. Beats me. Oh, I think Keychron would say it stands for QMK, which is what they would say. And also hello glasses. Questioning my life, number 2. I want to like questioning the way I spend money. Okay, the stabilizers are good. Is getting the knob worth it? If you play a lot of full screen games and you want to change the volume of it, then yeah, it's a pretty good thing. But if you're always just like, here's what I do. Let me see. I'll go here and do this. Like just whoop, just swipe it down. I almost never use the knob unless I'm playing a full screen. Oh my gosh, my face is upside down. How come no one told me this? What the heck? That was weird. I'm upside down. I goes here. That was weird. This keyboard's so clacky. Spider Betty does whatever. Spider Betty. Oh wow. Why am I putting on keycaps while the keyboard's on? Haha. Not a smart moment. Not a smart moment. UWE. So clacky. ESDF. Shipping costs $30 from Keychron. It's not cheap. If you want to bundle everything into as a one package, that's probably the best deal. 5. You want a Q2 but plastic and Bluetooth? I think you're talking about the K6. CXE. K. My 9 is in the wrong spot. You're right. You're right. My 9 is absolutely in the wrong spot. Oh, shipping from Novel Keys, I paid, I think $4. I paid the cheapest shipping I could find. I missed a 0. Correcto. How responsive is a knob? Remind me after I put all my keycaps on. And I'll test that for you. RTY. Best hot swap cheap beginner Q2 alternative. Probably the K6. Oh no. LTC Nimbleback's pretty cheap. Or are you talking about an aluminum thing? Because aluminum is not cheap right now. Just buying a block of aluminum is expensive. Did they upgrade their factory foam? No, they made it worse. They like downgraded it. Downgraded. Control. Question mark. Downgraded the case foam. But it doesn't sound bad. The main reason the Q1 sounded so bad was because of the ping. And because they fixed the ping, like, it's fine. The foam doesn't really even make a difference. Question, where does this go? This is the biggest problem that I have, is that I always misplace this specific key. They go on the left or the right? Left or the right? Someone tell me that and I'll leave it to the side. Left. Right here. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, push it in all the way. Please sound good. Please sound good. Whew. The most stressful moment of any keyboard build is when you put your spacebar on and you're like, I pray to the keyboard gods that this sounds good, because if not, I have failed myself today. I'm not Filipino. Typing degree 6.5. 6.5. Might as well round that up. 7. Switches are pre-lubed. Love the brass screws on the back. They are quite nice, but I would never see the back. Oh, stabilizers. They bring me so much stress. And yet they're also so boring. Wait. Light gray or dark gray? Which one? How do you know if your switches are lubed or not? You sort of put it up to your ear and you press it a bunch. And if you hear the spring make a kind of noise, then you know that it's not lubed. Or at least that's what I do, especially if I mix my pre-lubed and non-lubed switches together, which is not a smart thing. Don't do that. Whoa, 2 Fs. Weird. One thing you don't like about this keyboard. Key chatter. And also the unalignment of the knob to the first row of the keyboard horizontally. So that's 2 things. That's bonus items. This one goes here. These keycaps are my first ever GMK keycap set that has arrived after 18 freaking months of waiting. GMK Modern Dolce 2. It's a very long time. It's a very long time to wait for a keyboard, or for a keyboard accessory. And I have actually gotten it. It only took a year and a half. And when they sent me the email that they said they were shipping, I was like, wait, what? It's been forever. Is it better than the K6 based on price and quality? Yeah, I would say so. My K6 was so overused that it broke. Pretty much broke. Will you game with it? I almost do everything with it. J, insert. I only need a few more. This delete is wrong. No, this home is wrong. Everything's wrong. This is wrong. I don't like that. The switch came out while I pulled the keycap out. That's such a... It's like a pet peeve of mine. It's super annoying. Sometimes it's convenient and then sometimes it's annoying. Where is the home? The small home. What am I missing? Tab and 0. Here's 0. No, where's tab? Is this tab? No, that's... Where's my tab? Where's my home? Oh. It's not tab. It's supposed to be caps lock. Oh, where's my caps lock? I have this one. This one's not the right one. I'm missing caps. Why isn't it this one? Oh, tab is in the wrong space. Is it bad for your Switch since you're not pressing it? I think it's too loose. And there we go. Bro. Okay, I did it. I just need a home. That's the only thing. But not the big home. I need the small home. I need the small home. You know what? Who cares? Who cares? Let's just do the big home. No need to be picky. I need more coffee. It's nighttime. I will drink no more coffee. Small home. Well, I use the big home. This is GMK Modern Dolce 2. And I really hope it sounds good. The steel plate's more similar to aluminum than brass. Yay. Okay, I want to change the RGB before I do the sound test because this one's lame. Q? Yeah, that's better. RGB is winner. Did O-rings make it sound better? No. GMK keycaps go back into bag. That's right. Okay, sound test. I need to open another window. RGB is not that bright. You can sort of see it from the bottom and the top. So it shows out under the keycaps. I think this is the brightest it can get. Oh, let me show you what the knob does. Someone was asking for that. Okay. Knob. Volume up. Oh no, my face is blocking it. Volume up. Volume down. Volume up. And then mute. And that's all it does in its stock form. So, typing test. Open a Google. Open a monkey type. Make sure it shows up properly. Make sure it doesn't do this. Is it doing? Can we just reset? Reset. Make it small. And do this. And do this. And then move it up. And then move this. And now it's beautiful. Is a nub worth $10? Probably. Probably. If you're wondering if you're on the cusp of knob or no knob, just imagine what $10 means to you and what that can get you, and then if that's worth it, then it's worth it, and if that other thing is worth more, then that other thing is worth more. Okay, here we go. Caps lock not work. What? I think my caps lock is broken. Oh, it is. Psych. I messed up. Okay, caps lock is now off. Here we go. For realsies. That was key chatter. More key chatter. So as you can see, key chatter sucks so much. Sucks so bad. Oh, turn off the music? No, I ruined it. It's not clicky, it's clacky. Okay, because I messed up and you guys need the music off. I'll do it again. For the chat. For the chat. Again. But I want a new color. Just quickly change the new color. No, too bright. No. Do they have Modern Dolce too? Do they have Modern Dolce? Is this in alphabetical order? No. How do you find what you want? Modern ink. Modern Dolce, let's go. Okay, I'm ready. Yeah. Okay. Here we go again. I'm gonna do no punctuation. And that is that. There was no music. There's literally no music. Oh, maybe there was. Was there music? Still on? Okay, now I've muted it for reals. Okay, third time's the charm. Third time's the charm. The music is off now, but it was on. It's now off. I will do a third time for you. Another time. Here we go. At least it looks nice. Okay, I've done it. I've done it. Okay, no music. All typing. It's all good. I've done everything. Everything that you could possibly want from me. Alright, so what did I do to this keyboard? For the people that only made it to the sound test because you don't really care to watch me. And that's okay, because you're busy. How is the music on when I have closed everything? You're just trolling at this point. Knob sound test. All right, Amoki, thank you so much for stopping by. Step up your typing game. Is it flexing at all? Can you feel it? I cannot feel it. That's a good question. Can I feel it while typing? No, and it doesn't even... It barely... I'm not a heavy-handed typer. So when I type, I don't see any flex at all. If I apply pressure, then yes. It flexes way more on the bottom side than the top, in my opinion. So if I'm just typing normally, I don't feel any flex to it. But I do feel... I mean, I feel something. It's not like you're typing on a brass plate, if you know what that feels like. That super stiff kind of feeling. It doesn't feel like that. It's not moving though. So it sounds nice. Switch and Click merge is coming. I'm hoping early February, but one of my artists is, they had finals and now they're getting in their art a little bit late. So it may be mid to late February, but it's going to be really good. I really like it. It's going to be awesome. Switches are NK Silk Olivia. Keycaps are GMK Modern Delta 2. It is completely stock. It has the plate foam. It has the case foam. The only thing I changed, well, I changed nothing. I literally only changed the switches and keycaps. I have changed nothing about the keyboard. Are the gaskets worse? It's much more flex than the Q1 out of the box. And it has none of this. Let me just show you the Q1. Q1 has a lot of that ping. Q2 doesn't. Why is there one lonely red enter? That's just what the keycap set looks like. It's very cool. For Milo, Mia Pro, or Q2. Q2, definitely, if you're looking to explore with switches. For Milo doesn't have anything hot swap now, I don't think. Who said they're gonna go buy merch? Do it. Do it. I will pretty much announce it everywhere when merch is live. So I hope you're gonna like it because I've been testing it for quality, for like durability. I've been throwing it in the wash a bunch just to test it out. Did you do a video of the Q1? I'm not going to do a video of the Q1 because I don't like the Q1. But also at that point during the Q1 launch, I also wasn't accepting things for review until this year. So things have sort of changed in the Switch and Click like content, thing. And we're back to doing some reviews here and there. It won't be everything and anything, but it's going to be a few reviews here and there just of things that I think are cool or like new releases and stuff. But yeah, you're going to be getting a lot more of that. Is it stable? If you dropped it, would it break? Most likely, your floor will have a dent in it. And I'm not going to drop it because I would damage my house. And I don't want to do that. I will contact the company that I'm shipping through and see if they're shipping to the Philippines or not. They said they do international shipping. And it's like not super expensive either. So I think you can. I think you can. Would you sand the top? No, that's no. No, I don't really like doing that right now. So I'm not going to do that for now. But when I do go back to doing that stuff, I'll probably do that kind of stuff. The Q1 and the Q2 are the exact same height. No, it's not. It's not. The Q2 actually has a steeper angle. I'll have to show you. It's like not the same. Very slightly different. Let me see. How do you do this? How do you make this right? Here we go. The Q2 has like more steepness to it. How much is the Q2? It is between $150 and $180. It's It's a good deal. The top keys escape. You could go to VIA and pretty much program whatever you want if you never press escape. Would we see your modded version of this in the future? As far as mods go, I don't personally believe that this keyboard needs anything. But like that's my opinion. Like if you like the way that it sounds the way that it is, then you don't need to do anything. But if you need tape and you need polyfill and you need PE foam and you like the way that that sounds, that's up to you. It's super easy to mod. They come with all the tools that you need. They're little mini tools. Very easy to mod. And it has like 16 screws. I'm not a fan of modding things that don't need to be modded, and therefore I will not. But I've modded my GMMK Pro like 10,000 times, and I'm on the verge of just giving up. Hate it. Hate it. Can't do it no more. I'm done. I'm done. You want the quietest keyboard? Can this be the one? It just depends on what you put into it. Can you swap the knob? Yes. They'll probably sell different colored knobs in the future. I don't know. Okay, that's the stream. We are going to be editing this video ASAP, and then it'll be uploaded on the channel. But if you want to catch it on the replay, it's in an unlisted VODs playlist on this channel, and then I'm going to upload it on the VODs channel. And then if you're interested in watching like weird clips and stuff, that's on the Shorts channel. And yeah, I am off for the night because I'm really tired. But thank you for sticking with me, staying by, having fun. Carol, hello. Carol from Facebook. Hi. You're giving this one away. Maybe someday in the future, but not right now. No. And good night. See you all. And wait. I gotta do a thing. That was the Keychron Q2. If you're interested in checking it out, links will be down below. And as always, subscribe to the channel and click on this next video right here. I think you'll really like it. Oh no, I did that on the wrong screen. Okay. Next. That was the Keychron Q2. It's a really good keyboard. If you're interested in purchasing it, there's a link in the description down below. Easy for you to access. And I think you'll also like this video right here if you haven't seen it already. Hello. Yes, for the upload, because we do that now. Oh, I'm tired. Is Keychatter a switch or software issue? I've changed all the switches. So at this point, I think it's a PCB issue, but I will also keep you updated. Probably on Twitter. Probably keep you updated on Twitter if it starts key chattering again. And then, yeah. What was that? That was a YouTube outro. The things that need to happen because, well, it's YouTube. Okay. Drink water. Have a good night. Enjoy your day. You're going to have a great day and the rest of your week. Goodbye.